Check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. You got audio now? All right, we're back again for another round. Apparently round 7 today because we had some technical difficulties on the last show. The Osceola County Deputy Sheriff. Well, you are an Osceola County Deputy Sheriff.
Yep.
Let me be careful about what I'm saying because we're dealing with very sensitive language here. And I'm an attorney at the Delatour Law Firm. Of elections of Osceola County. Luis, why are you running?
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Well, I'm running because, like a lot of Americans, I look at the situations, I see what's going on in politics. Complaining about it and doing nothing, and ultimately I just felt like I had to do something. I had to step in there and maybe present a different version of how we can do things.
So there is an idea that you think that's crossing your mind, that one of the main problems that we had last cycle in Osceola County with such a partisan divide, people were going to the voting booth and causing problems.
Yes.
And then they don't realize that's not only affecting the person you're disagreeing with,
Right.
but it's affecting everybody else's mind.
Exactly.
Right? Because that line now you got election workers dealing with irate people inside the poll when they should just be dealing with processing votes. Right?
Right.
So what was your suggestion about that?
Well, one of the things is that the incumbent did to deal with that was basically close polling sites, close voting sites. That's not a solution. What you got to go in there and you find a way to control the situation. My suggestion would be have a deputy, a uniformed deputy present, not involved in the process, but just present, because presence deters a lot of problems.
Okay.
And then if something does happen, they can go in, pull the situation aside, calm it down. You know, a lot better than say a regular security officer or just.
You're talking about a uniformed deputy or a uniformed officer?
A uniformed deputy, because that anytime somebody who's has any intention of creating a problem, once they see that deputy, that could be a deterrent. Say, okay, I got to kind of behave myself. It's just like when somebody's driving, right?
I don't disagree with that. And like when I'm on 408 and I see a deputy driving by, I'm like I tend to check that speedometer.
I do the same thing.
Where's my speedometer at? But likewise, there is a group of people. I used to work in elections and deal with that. We talked about that off camera.
Right.
And some of the organizations I used to work for would say, well, you're placing law enforcement at a voter booth to intimidate people, to make them think like maybe they're going to get arrested or something like that, and that there are people that are scared about that.
Right. And what you want to do, you have to look at the site. Right, and just like anything where you develop logistics, whether it be like you're a SWAT team going in and you got to figure out the site, you got to figure out the layout of the building. You position these deputies in a non-intimidating place. In other words, they're far enough away from the situation where people feel comfortable. They're just in the periphery, right? And then only when something happens, like someone wants to be uncivil, wants to cause a problem, wants to hold up the line, do they step in together with members of, like you say, the protection team or and the office to calm the situation down. And if the person doesn't calm down, then we remove them, allow everybody else, not to deny them the opportunity to vote, but we're not going to have their behavior, prevent other folks to vote in a timely and comfortable manner.
Yeah, right? Trying to keep that line short. This has been the one-on-one show with special guest Luis Puig from running for supervisor elections in Osceola County. We're going to go ahead and close out this segment. We're going to come right back in Spanish. Si están con nosotros, vamos a volver inmediatamente en español. Muchísimas gracias. One-on-one show brought to you by Delatour Law. Right here at the heart of Central Downtown Orlando, 135 West Central Boulevard. You can reach us at 407-733-0640 or right here on Facebook or at delatourlaw.com. Thank you.